Hey guys, today I'm coming at you with my October wrap-up and November TBR. I don't know about you, but wrap-ups are some of my favorite videos to watch, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first book that I read in the month of October was not a shocker because it was the first one on my October TBR, and that book is Saga Volume One. This book is written by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Fiona Staples. It is the first graphic novel that I have ever read in my entire life. Okay, so what I did love about this book was the absolutely beautiful artwork in it. However, that was about the extent of my liking for this book. Overall, it was really subversive and graphic, which I'm not a big fan of. It doesn't bother me, but it's not my favorite. So there were some pretty disgusting images in there and then also some pretty racy ones. So be warned, if you're going to jump into this one, you have to be prepared for that. The storyline was definitely out there. It was kind of strange. I didn't really feel like I connected with the characters very much, but maybe that's just a graphic novel thing. It was a little bit choppy, you know, but because they're all in individual pictures, maybe it just didn't flow as well for me and it was just a medium issue. The next book that I read is a really cute love story called Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I'm sure most of you have read this by now. I'm a little bit late hopping on the bandwagon for Stephanie Perkins. I did really enjoy this. Overall, I think I would give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't one of my favorite books of all time, but it definitely was really enjoyable. It was fast-paced, easy to read. I felt some of Anna's pain moving to a new city, having just moved to a new city myself. Also, who wouldn't want to fall in love with a cute American boy with a British accent in Paris? I mean, come on. Next, I read The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. This is a classic, and I have yet to read it. Well, I had yet to read it, except for this month I did read it, so now I've read it. It's really small. Like, it looks really small, but it's actually over 100 pages. So, I mean, it looks a lot smaller than 100 pages. This book I would give a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was really cute. What I liked about it is that it viewed childhood as something to attain rather than something to grow out of. Anyway, like I said, about 100 pages, so it was super fast-paced and quick to get through. The next book was actually my TBR jar pick from last month, so I'm really proud of myself for having finished it, and that is The Archived. Now, this book was very appropriate for the month of October because of Halloween, and I felt like this book, though, was manageably creepy. It wasn't super creepy, so I could handle it, which was good. What I loved about this book was the great characterization. All of the characters knew who they were, they knew what they wanted, and I as a reader could correctly anticipate their reactions to various situations. Character consistency is good. The storyline in this book was really addictive. It had all sorts of plot twists and turns, all sorts of unexpected things like boo! Like that. There was the perfect mix of action and romance and friendship in this book, which I really liked. Victoria Schwab's writing allows the reader to really imagine the setting. Overall, I would give The Archived a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next up, we have The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. This is a mental illness book that I really enjoyed. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I have filmed a review for this book, and that's going to go up in the next couple of days because this book is released on November 4th in the paperback version, so I'll put up the review for that when it comes out. Lastly, in the month of October, I read The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. Let me just say this book was a lot creepier than The Archived. And I was keeping with the theme because this is also a mental illness-y type book. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer follows Mara Dyer. Her family ups and leaves their current place of residence to move to the other side of the country because she woke up in a hospital bed with no recollection of what happened and her 3 best friends are dead. So throughout this book, you're trying to find out if she killed her best friends, if she killed these other characters that start dying in the book, what's going on with her, what kind of mental illness she has. It's really creepy, told from her perspective. She's a little bit freaked out about the situation herself. Overall, again, probably about a 4 out of 5 stars. Sorry that the lighting in this video is really weird. It's like the middle of the day, so I have no idea why the sun is changing colors and moving all over the place. What are you doing, sun? Now on to my November TBR. To be honest, I have a lot of books that I want to read in the month of November, but I don't really have that much time to be reading in the month of November. I do have Thanksgiving break, so I'm going to be reading like crazy over Thanksgiving break. I think that December is going to be a much better reading month for me because school ends on the 11th of December, and then I have a whole month before college starts up again. Because I have no social life, you all know what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be reading. Surprise, surprise. So this first book I'm going to for sure read in November because I've already started it, and that is The Kiss of Deception. This one I'm super excited about. I talked about it in my last haul. It follows Leah, who is a princess who ran away on the day of her arranged marriage to live in this small little town by the sea. The book has three perspectives. It has Leah's perspective, it has the prince who is supposed to marry her, his perspective, and it has the assassin's perspective who is coming after her to kill her. The cool thing about this book is between the prince and the assassin, you do not know which one is which. They both come after her to the small town. Leah meets them both. She has no idea who either of them are, and we don't even know. It's a really great book premise. I'm looking forward to doing a review on it. The next book that I really think that I'm going to get to in November is The Evolution of Mara Dyer. Like you just saw, I just finished reading The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer a couple of days ago. I want to get to this one because The Retribution of Mara Dyer is coming out on November 4th, and it will be on my doorstep on November 4th because I didn't already have enough books. So then clearly after The Evolution of Mara Dyer, I'm going to read The Retribution of Mara Dyer. Maybe I'll do a spoiler-free series review after I'm finished with all three of them. Like I said, in November I have Thanksgiving break. Clearly, I'm in America. So I'm going to be reading, finally, The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey. This is the sequel to The Fifth Wave. I have been waiting for this book. It was my most anticipated release of 2014. I got my hands on it, and I couldn't read it. The reason I couldn't read it is because I read the first one out loud with my family. So we're going to read the second one out loud also over Thanksgiving break. The next one is probably the book that I'm looking forward to the absolute most, and that is My True Love Gave to Me. Because if you know me, you know that I love Christmas and I love the holiday season. It's not just Christmas, it's Thanksgiving and it's all of the other holidays that people celebrate during this time of year. I love the spirit, I love the music, I love the decorations, and I love the atmosphere. I love the presents, I love buying presents, I love wrapping presents, I love receiving presents, and I love reading about Christmas, especially Christmas love stories. So this book is perfect for me. It is a bind-up of 12 popular contemporary authors writing Christmas stories. How much better could it get, really, guys? So we have stories in here from Holly Black, Allie Carter, Matt De La Pena, Gail Forman, Jenny Han, David Leviathan. Oh, I always say Leviathan, but I think it's just Levithan. Kelly Link, Myra McAunter, Stephanie Perkins, Rainbow Rowell, she's my favorite, Laini Taylor, and Kirsten White. So the reason why I bought this is probably because of Rainbow Rowell. A little bit Stephanie Perkins and a couple of the other ones. I do like several of the other authors, but mostly Rainbow Rowell. It's a little bit early to be getting into the holiday spirit, so I'm going to save this one until Thanksgiving also, except for I kind of cheated and I already read the Rainbow Rowell story. And it was amazing. Like, just, oh my goodness, this was just a beautiful, beautiful story. The kind of story where you legitimately get little butterflies and your heart just feels all warm and happy. Okay, so those are all of the books that I have planned to read in the month of November. Now it's time for my TBR jar. So I'm going to pick 2 slips out of my TBR jar and I'm going to look at both of the books and I have to decide which one of them I'm going to read in the month of November. If I fail to read the book, I have to get rid of it. So it's imperative that I read this book. Are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. Not looking, I'm not looking. Oh, they're falling out. Alright, so the slip that I actually picked out was Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. Oh my god, that is one massive, herky, really big book. I probably won't pick it. I guess it depends what the other book is. Okay, are we ready for try number 2? Hey, this is a good one. I got Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. This is one that I sort of wanted to read anyway. Okay, so we have Afterworlds or Robinson Crusoe. I think I'm definitely going to have to go with Afterworlds this time. I have quite the challenge ahead of me this month, guys. I tell you what. I did extremely well on my October TBR. I read all of the books on my October TBR, so pat on the back there. We'll see how well I can do in the month of November. I'll give it my best shot. It's going to be really fun. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Stay happy, stay healthy. Bye guys.